From the second largest city in the U.S., Los Angeles, California, we've got football as EA Sports coverage of the NFL is on the air. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the L.A. Chargers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon. Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started. A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd. 2nd down, Jacobs once more. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. They'll come up now 3rd and 3. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack. In every game, we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them. It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 21. 18 yards, a big pickup there on 3rd down. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Terry McLaurin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved. Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him,
He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And a short pickup to about the 25. You look at this Raiders defense. Against the pass, they've had some issues, ranked number 23 in the NFL right now.
When they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against the people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. The Chargers had a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they coming off their very first loss of the season, suffered a week ago.
So now we can all take that chasing the 1972 Dolphins and take it and throw it right out the window, right? But let's face it, not many teams talk about that or even have interest in it. All they want to do right now is bounce back after that loss.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big play there on the catch and run. And the Chargers are going to get themselves a fresh set of downs here.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory. Down at the 33. Herbert has it knocked free. And the Raiders pick it up. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. And a defensive-minded coach loves to turn up the heat, turns it up there, it pays off.
And back in the good old days, those defensive-minded coaches just talked about intimidating teams, using force, right, beating them to the punch. In this case, they're talking about creating turnovers. That's all they preach, all game long, all practice long, every meeting. Get the football. That's what they want.
To throw now on 1st down. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A big play there. 43 yards. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now 14-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. You look at this Raiders defense. They come into this one 9th in the NFL against the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you've got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
Now it's Herbert. Escaping the pressure right. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago, add in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
Hands it off out of the gun. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They'll set up to throw. That is caught. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Second down, Jacobs once more. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. The Raiders on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 3. He's going to go for it all. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
The slot man in motion right. They'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. Davante Adams. 35 yards. And the Raiders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now 21-0.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Charger drive about to get going. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Intercepted by the Raiders. They'll take over first and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. When you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Jonnu Smith, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are able to widen their lead here in this first half. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half.
Chargers, nothing. Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now. Throwing quickly, and Herbert completes it. A good display of power, but ultimately it gets him just inside the 5 to the 4 and no further. Rashawn Slater, first-round pick in 2021, guilty there. Herbert, quick pass out wide. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a third and goal.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up third down.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, Ray.
Now Herbert, third and goal. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Here we go on fourth. Herbert. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on fourth and goal. And the Raiders hang tough down near the goal line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Now the question, what do you do here? Time not really an issue. You got over a minute, but you figure from this spot you'd need a good 50, 60 yards to even consider a field goal try.
Yeah, so there's optimism there, but there's also a little bit of restraint, right? You got to make sure you don't take a sack here. Don't end up in the end zone. Ball gets stripped. You could give up 2 points in that occasion, or maybe even 6 if you can't get on it and recover it yourself. So make sure you protect the guy throwing the football if indeed that's the plan of attack.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James. They're going to hurry back to the line now. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. He'll let this go for Adams. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field.
And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line.
A big play there just before halftime. 43 yards.
And every time I see one of these plays occur, I always think to myself, it takes a quarterback not only with a strong arm, sometimes with great mechanics, great footwork, obviously good vision, and sometimes just one of those to complete this type of a pass. Back against the grain, all the way across field, and sometimes you catch the defense just not believing you can make that throw.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Back to throw again. And this is caught at the 8. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. They'll throw now on the final play. Touchdown Raiders!
Michael Mayer
In the final seconds of the 1st half.
And the Raiders will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the rout is on here in this 1st half.
Chargers, nothing. Joey Sly set to kick off.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Chargers, nothing.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this 2nd half, and they trail as we get back underway.
Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
Go lion.
Play action. It's Herbert. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
2nd and 10. Herbert. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at the 18. A nice punt, but a good run back is... yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10.
Monday, now!
Haskins with a run to begin the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the 2nd half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. Stays on his feet. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Haskins now on 1st and 10.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
65 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
On 2nd down, here's a run from Haskins.
And he stopped immediately there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
That was an example of excellent defense there. They stopped them. So now it brings up a 3rd down situation. If I'm calling plays here, I make sure I put it in the hands of my quarterback and get it to a receiver real fast. I'm not running the ball here.
And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Hassan Haskins, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have taken a 6-touchdown lead.
Sometimes you get a first and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized. Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
A big play there for LA. 44 yards. first down, it's Herbert. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. On the move to his left.
Well, this one taken in by Otten.
He can only get a yard after all that. It's second down.
And they ran just a little underneath route here on 1st and goal, but there's really not a whole lot of room to operate this close to the goal line. He's just not able to get loose after the catch.
Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now. Here's a give up the middle. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal.
What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball, you've got to match that aggressiveness. No points so far in this game. Moving the football, got to be that way to go against them and try and get some points on the board.
And I'm curious on the defensive side if they stay aggressive, because you know they want to pitch this shutout.
Yeah, they have to be aggressive, but they also have to be smart about it as well, because one mistake can turn into 6 points.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Chargers are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. Wait, hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one?
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
119 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Straight ahead, here's Haskins.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Sly able to put this one through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win.
There he goes, left side.
Now he's loose down the left sideline.
And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there.
70 yards. And the Chargers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Dicker now to tack on the extra point.
And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is recovered by the Chargers. So the onside kick is recovered. And, you know, I always thought, Charles, as someone who didn't play these positions, that going over the middle as a receiver or trying to recover an onside kick, those are two very tough things to do.
Takes a lot of fortitude to put yourself in that position, but you have to do it in order to help your team win.
Unable to recover it, it costs them. The kicking team gets the football here. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Out of the gun, Herbert.
That's out to the flat for Akers.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And quickly, they get to the line. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Gets through, and now an opening. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Herbert operating from the red zone. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
59.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the lead is down to 24. Now the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it.
Yeah, we saw that one up here, CD. Offensive team, they touched that before it went 10 yards.
Obviously such a fine line, letting it go the required 10 yards, but also getting to it before the hands team can. Just didn't time it out right, and that results in a flag.
Now.
They'll run it right side with Haskins.
Escapes the defender. He's brought down to the red zone at the 18 after a gain of 18. 1st and 10. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get this down only to the 18. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Haskins trying to pick it up. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Sly able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Charger drive about to get going. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Herbert now. Looking left side, and it's complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Herbert throwing again. Touchdown, Chargers. Quentin Johnston from 21 yards away. And the Chargers are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point try now from Dicker. And the lead is down to 20. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And it's the Raiders that'll come up with it. And that will put victory in sight for the silver and black. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Carr down to a knee, and that ought to just about do it.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea with the top